And it is trending in the direction that if Angel Reese wants to be an all-star, the coaches are going to have to put her on. She's not going to be a star.
Angel Reese brings this negative attention on herself. The reason she is not taken seriously, the reason Angel Reese is treated like a joke, it's because she's constantly acting like a joke.
Did you hear the news? It's not a coach throwing a clipboard or a ref missing an obvious foul. This time the drama came straight from Angel Reese, whose ego just suffered a catastrophic collapse after losing another honor to Caitlin Clark. That's right, the generational star whose jersey sales are propping up half the WNBA's revenue. She has officially been named an All-Star Game Captain for 2025. Not just an All-Star, not just a starter, a captain. And let's just say Angel didn't take the news very well.
Caitlin Clark and Ephesia Collier named the 2025 AT&T WNBA All-Star Game Team Captains. Clark earns her second All-Star selection. Collier,
and Angel's reaction to the announcement, it was explosive to say the least. We're talking full social media temper tantrum and a flood of passive-aggressive comments in the presser that had even her most loyal fans scratching their heads. And honestly, she should have seen it coming.
Like I said, I struggled in the first 9 games and not being where I should have been. And obviously it happens, and I was very hard on myself, tough conversations with myself.
Let's look at the facts, shall we? The 2025 WNBA All-Star Game Captaincy goes to the 2 players who received the most fan votes. Simple as that. There's no politics, no backroom deal, no media favoritism, just fans voting for who they actually want to see play. And guess who led the entire league in votes? None other than Caitlin Clark with a jaw-dropping number of 1.3 million votes.
Get back to the topic. All-Star voting. Caitlin Clark received 1.3 million All-Star votes this year. The top 30 vote getters in 2023 combined for 1.17 million. By the way, Fee Collier had more than 1.17 million as well. She had more than 1.17 million votes. So shout out all the fans who voted for Fee Collier. Shout out all the fans. And yeah, it's a big day. It is a big day, and big day for basketball. Like, the New York Liberty are absolutely stinking it up. Leo Phoebish is, like, this team does not function without Leo. They're like imploding. They're imploding. Like, the Liberty are about to go fight.
I mean, this is not just a win. That's a landslide. With this kind of margin, Clark's statement is clear. Step aside, I run this league now. And now, let's talk about second place. Nafisa Collier, a certified baller in her own right and a respected vet with a long stat line. But even a veteran like her ended up trailing Clark by 100,000 votes.
Look, it'd be irresponsible of me not to mention Nafisa Collier in all this because, well, she got over 1.1 million votes herself for the All-Star game. She was number 2.
Collier is handling it like a pro. She's earned her stripes, she's not throwing tantrums, and she's certainly not logging onto Instagram Live to throw shade at fellow players. But Angel Reese? She's spiraling like never before. Her composure is all blown apart and her ego is in shambles.
I don't know. I've got to wonder. I've got to wonder if Angel Reese is going to end up making this squad. That would be wild if she doesn't.
That's right. Reese didn't even crack the top 10 in voting. In fact, she came in 13th, well behind players who barely get media attention but actually perform on the court. Now that's gotta sting, especially for someone who built an entire personal brand around being that girl. She's used to headlines, attention, and being handed accolades she didn't fully earn. But this time, reality hit hard.
Most of the WNBA fan base has rejected Angel Reese, but the league continues busting their ass trying to get her accepted. And what does Angel Reese do in return? She continues to prove why she was rejected to begin with.
While Clark is averaging 18 points and 9 assists per game, Reese is hanging onto a shaky stat line of 11.3 points on 38.12% shooting. Let's be real, that's not all-star material, that's struggling team territory. Even her rebounds, the one thing her fan base clings to, are Questionable. Yeah, she's grabbing boards, but anyone watching the games knows half her rebounds are off her own missed shots. That's not hustle, that's stat padding at its finest.
The Chicago Bravado are one of the worst teams I have ever seen, and the captain of the team, the so-called star Angel Reese, she is doing helicopter layups looking like she's prepping for takeoff while driving the Bruce Caboose. I don't know about you guys, but I have never seen a caboose with the ability to fly.
You can't just throw up 4 bricks and grab them all to say you're a double-double machine. That's not how professional basketball works. This isn't LSU anymore. This is the WNBA, and here, empty numbers don't get you all-star votes. And the fans, they've spoken loud and clear.
Became the first rookie with at least 25 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in a playoff game. That was Caitlin Clark. Became the 4th different rookie to play all 40 minutes in a playoff game. That was her.
While Angel crumbles, Caitlin Clark is dominating every facet of the WNBA. And let me tell you, it's not just because she's popular, it's because she's elite. She's a better scorer, a better passer, a better shooter, and more importantly, a better teammate. She's not constantly stirring up drama or making everything about her. She shows up, she works, and she delivers.
Some in the media even do investigative journalism and claim that Angel Reese is the face of the WNBA because she leads the league in followers on social media, along with missed layups and a complete lack of athleticism. Of course, the vast majority of her followers are bots and lonely men, most of which are not buying tickets or watching her games on television.
Meanwhile, Angel has made herself the queen of TikTok and the face of underwhelming performances. She's turned the WNBA season into a public relations tour, doing more talking than playing. And guess what? It's backfired. The media honeymoon is over. Fans are waking up, and now the votes, the one metric you can't argue with, have put her in her place.
About the mainstream media, the sports media, and their love affair with Angel Reese. Now, we know the media jumped through hoops, gymnastics, mental gymnastics. I mean, however you try to put it, they tried to raise up Angel Reese last year as being, of course, she's running neck and neck with Caitlin Clark for the Rookie of the Year.
You'd think that would spark some self-reflection, maybe some time in the gym, maybe a little humility, but no. Instead, Reese went full scorched earth. Whisper networks are buzzing that she confronted coaching staff about not doing enough to promote her brand. One teammate allegedly heard her say, "This is supposed to be my league." And you can bet the social media team had to pry her phone away before she tweeted something that would have ended her career.
Have star players. Obviously, Caitlin Clark is the star of stars. She is on a level all by herself. There's not a player in the league that's capable of reaching a 10th of her draw.
But look, no one's saying Reese can't be good. She's got potential. She's got size. But potential doesn't vote you into the All-Star game. Production does. Even her defenders are jumping ship. People who once campaigned for her Rookie of the Year are now admitting she never belonged in that conversation. And Caitlin, on the other hand, she's still breaking records.
Caitlin Clark balls. She balled at Iowa in college. She's balled since she's been in the NBA. She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard.
Let's not forget how hard the media tried to push Reese into Clark's orbit last year. Remember that? Every article tried to make it seem like they were neck and neck, a rivalry in the making. But it wasn't true. It was smoke and mirrors. And now, the truth is undeniable. Caitlin Clark is in a completely different league.
The media tried to put Angel Reese amongst the best players again, and then she promptly went out and stunk it up. All right, and stunk it up. Now, she's had a couple of good games as of late, but every time she has a good game, she has a horrific game. And her field goal percentage is down this year. And imagine I just...
Kelton doesn't just lead in fan votes. She leads in engagement, viewership, ticket sales, and oh yeah, actual basketball. She's transformed the Indiana Fever from a bottom feeder into must-see TV. Meanwhile, Chicago is floundering with Reese in the lineup, and she can't even break 40% from the field. The contrast couldn't be more embarrassing if she tried.
The game, sold out arenas. I know I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
According to Barbie, she is the reason people are watching the WNBA. She is the reason that people are paying $16 to watch the Chicago Bravado play the Phoenix Masculines later today. What a matchup! The Bravado versus the Masculines. Hopefully, this game is a part of the Commissioner's Cup. Maybe the winner will receive a complimentary supply of Just for Men. If so, it'll be the only thing the Bravado win this season because they're damn sure not winning games.
And while Reese throws public fits about being left off the All-Star team, Clark is already thinking about strategy, matchups, and how to build chemistry with other All-Stars. That's what leadership looks like. That's what being a real captain is about. Not crying on social media, not blaming teammates, but demanding respect by earning it. So
what do you call a prayer and a layup? We call those pray-ups, because it's going to take a miracle from God to get that ball through the cylinder. How about it? Bang! I didn't know you could have a triple-double and still find a way to lower your field goal percentage on the year, but guess what? She found a way. 20% last night.
So now, Reese has to sit and watch as Clark gets her flowers, as the All-Star game becomes a Caitlin Clark celebration, as jerseys fly off the shelves, as fans chant her name, and no amount of sulking, reposting shady quotes, or calling herself unbothered is going to change the fact that she got exposed again.
Angel Reese was explaining to the media that she deserves credit for the increased attention that the WNBA is receiving. Now, in her defense, her pretend friends in the media created this false narrative. Unfortunately for Angel Reese, she took a gigantic bite of the shit sandwich, and the smell has come back to haunt.
Her numbers are weak, her shooting percentage is laughably bad, and her defense, don't even mention. But her social media presence is as if she's the Lionel Messi of WNBA. She's turned WNBA basketball into her PR campaign, and the only consistent thing about her game is the consistent disappointment. And yet, she had the nerve to be surprised at getting snubbed from the All-Star game.
But in the WNBA, outside of Caitlin Clark, all you need is a hand to count the vote. I know Kelsey Plum is likable. She's a lovely lady, but you mean to tell me she's more popular than Angel Reese? The same Angel Reese who has been begging, and I mean begging, people on social media to vote for her? Angel Reese, number 13 on the list, 173,000 votes.
That's right, the media hype had gotten into her head, and she was deluded into thinking that she was the real deal. But hey, let's give her a little credit. She's been trying hard, not necessarily at basketball, but definitely at maintaining the illusion. The fashion shows, the interviews, the tweets about how she's changing the game. It's a full-time performance. The problem is, fans are catching on. The show's not entertaining anymore. It's just exhausting.
In fact, a rookie I have been touting that is playing better than Angel Reese, Kiki Arifin. Well, basketball fans are showing up, and they have got her voted ahead of Angel right now. Angel is not in...
Because the truth is, Angel Reese is not the face of the WNBA. She's not even the top face on her own team. And unless something changes fast, unless she starts treating the game like a job and not a social media campaign, she'll be remembered, not as a trailblazer, but as a cautionary tale. The what happens when you believe your own hype story. While Angel was pouting about her snub, Caitlin Clark was out there, once again, showing why she's the league's top draw. Whether she's dropping dimes from midcourt, hitting logo threes like it's a warm-up drill, or setting up her teammates for easy buckets, Clark does what Angel can't. She backs it up, and that's the truth that's been burning Reese since day one.
Different sports media figures that have released their All-Star ballots, and Angel Reese is nowhere to be seen. She's not involved. And we saw from the popularity voting, remember, it wasn't just Caitlin Clark, it was me too.
Meanwhile, Clark keeps ascending. She doesn't have to shout. She doesn't need to remind people how great she is, because greatness speaks for itself. And the fans, they know who's real. 1.3 million votes don't lie. From the moment Clark stepped onto the WNBA court, she made it clear she wasn't here for the drama. She was here to play. Angel Reese, on the other hand, she's been busy trying to prove that attention equals greatness, forgetting that greatness is supposed to come first. That's why she's out. That's why the fans didn't vote. That's why even media members who once championed her are now backing away slowly, unsure what exactly she brings to the table anymore.